Alrighty, Root. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, wonderful night, whatever it is you guys are in this lovely, lovely world. So today, we are going to take a look at 3 really cool mods. If you've missed any of the ones so far, they are linked in a playlist on the main part of the channel, as well as a description. With that out of the way, let's hop on in and take a look at the mods today, shall we? Okay, so the first couple mods we're going to look at are kind of small mods, because the third mod we're going to look at today is a very large mod. So, with that out of the way, the first mod we are going to look at today is called Rock Vault 2.0. This one here is awesome. It actually works. I did try doing this one a couple of weeks ago, and it wasn't working at the time, so I just kind of waited, and there we are. Now it's working. So, this is going to give you a very, very cool thing. So let's go in here, and we're going to type in, we'll just type in rock, I guess. Whoops. Okay. So for 100 stone, you can now craft yourself up this really cool stone vault. And you might have noticed, it's just, we got a rock right here, okay? So I love this. I really love this. So you just place this rock down now, and it holds 100 storage, okay? 100 storage. Look at that. So you could place this all over, and I mean, if I didn't know where I put that, I would lose it. I absolutely would lose that rock. So I love how it blends in with the environment around you. At the moment, there only seems to be just one, so you can't really like change the size or anything like that. But you can just kind of, make it look very realistic and just kind of, put a couple of rocks around and just, I don't know, make it look kind of like normal. Again, when there's more than one of them around, you might really be able to confuse folks. So if you're playing like PvP or something, this is really, really cool. Or if you want to do some like scavenger hunts or things like that, absolutely incredible. Which one? This one. Just don't forget which one you put your stuff in. Anyways, really simple mod, but I like this. This is a very cool idea, especially if you want to play some like hide and seek games or like treasure hunts or things like that. Very, very cool. So, if you're looking for just a really neat little storage mod, definitely check this one out. It is absolutely incredible. So, with that out of the way, let's hop on in with the second mod on the list today. Okie dokie. So, the second mod we are going to take a look at today is called Trees and More Custom Cosmetic Skins. This here adds in 2 skins for trees right now. It looks like there's going to be more coming. And these can be placed over top of your large decor boxes. So you'll see down on my hotbar, we've got a red tree and like a purpley tree on the B and A button. So you just want to go and grab them, put them down into your hotbar there, all nice and easy peasy. And then once you click on it, come over top of your, it has to be a large decor box. It doesn't seem to work on small or mediums, but large decor box, and then bingo bango, just apply it like so. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. So I'm a really big tree person, usually because they get destroyed on me by my creatures. So yeah, I like when they're custom cosmetics because I can actually use them on the server and stuff like that without having to have a whole new mod just kind of installed. So there is both of those now added in. And you'll notice they even add in the shade and stuff like that too. Like they actually function like a tree, which is really, really cool. I mean, I know it's a very simple mod, but to me, I like decorating, and I love the fact that I can add trees in without them actually being a tree. So, very, very simple and cool mod. Just gonna back out a little bit here so we can take a good look at it. So yeah, really nice, and I mean, they very well might add other trees, so if they do, that's awesome. If they don't, not a big deal, because I kind of like just these as well. Like, just any tree. Any tree that can't be knocked down by my creatures is awesome to me. So, if you're looking for some cool trees, definitely check this one out. It is a very small and simple mod. But anyways, with that out of the way, we're going to hop into the third and largest mod today. Like, this one's huge. It took a long time to set this one up. So, we're going to pop over here. And as soon as we get into here, this is where it all is. So, the third mod on the list today is called Additional Creatures Wild Ark. Now, when I started this one, it looked like it was only going to add in maybe 5, 6 creatures, 10 or so, maybe if at the most. No, this mod, it adds a lot of creatures, and I mean a lot of creatures. This isn't even all of them. Like, this was all of the regular ones, and then there's also variations of some of them. So you can get Scorched variations, you can get X variations, Aberrant. So, I mean, there is a lot more than there is spawned in here, but they're all just kind of variations of these. So I got at least the main creatures in here. So There's a lot to go through here. There's a lot to go through. So we're not going to go through how to tame all of them because that would literally take forever. But they are all basic stuff like your knockout tames, your passive tames, things like that. So it's not a hard thing to figure out. But each of these guys have their own little things going on. So some of them are the same as in-game creatures. Other ones have like specialized things that they can do. Really, really cool mod. I was not expecting that when I downloaded it. Again, I thought I was going to add in just a few creatures. And I got in here and I was like, holy frog snacks, man. There is a lot of creatures to go through here. So after spending a good hour spawning them in and getting them all prepped and set up, I think we're ready. So we're going to start with the herbivores over here, and then we're going to just kind of work around. Now, the herbivores are also over here because I ran out of room. So I guess, you know, we're going to start over here and we're just going to go. We're going to go that way. So we have the Iguana Colossus here. So basically an iguanodon, but larger. I don't even know, like some of these creatures we can take a look at, but they all do so, like there's so much. Now, really, really cool. Love this one because I'm an iguanodon fan. I really am. I love the iguanodon. Now, this one doesn't seem to get the stand up on its hind legs though. If you click your right stick in, it's got a tail swipe, got a headbutt, and a stabby. Okay. And then it just runs. So yeah, this one doesn't get the unlimited stamina like the smaller one, but it's way bigger and really cool. So, okay, there's that one. I'm going to try to get through these quickly, but there's a lot, guys. There is a lot. So hopefully you are enjoying this one at least, because when I seen this, I was like, I am really excited. I like dinos. And again, I would love to have this one running. But this is a big one. This is a big one. I think it was close to 800 megabytes. Like, this is a large mod. So it's definitely not going to be for everyone, but it is absolutely cool and adds in a massive variety of dinosaurs. So next we have the Magnapolia. I'm probably not going to pronounce a lot of these names right, but we're gonna try this one here. Inside its inventory doesn't have anything. Okay, so we got regular like bite. Oh, it's got like a shoulder bash. Okay, that was pretty cool. It's also got a cooldown on the shoulder bash. Now I can't bring up any moves. Like, it doesn't seem to ever work for me, so I can't do that. A button. I don't know what A is doing, but A does something there. Okay, I think that's. Yeah, that bash is really cool. Okay, so that's pretty. Oh, there we go. There we go. So we got like a roar. Okay, so what is that roar doing? Is that doing anything? Anyway, there's something. I don't know if that's just a cosmetic roar or not, but that's pretty cool. The saddle too. I really like the saddle on that guy. Okay, next we have the Torosaurus. And this one here, inside its inventory, okay, it's just a harvester. Strawberry seed, I don't know where that came from. What added in strawberries? Anyway, I'm going to get distracted. So, this guy here, it has its regular horn attack here. It's got a bite attack with its left trigger. Right trigger is horn attack, I should have said that. Clicking the right stick in. Oh, that's cool. Clicking the right stick in does a behind you kick. That's pretty cool. Okay, and again, if you push your right bumper, which on console changes our view, it does a cosmetic roar. Dude, that Toro is cool. Okay, let's get this back over here. Again, this is probably going to take a little bit of time to get through, so I apologize in advance, but there is a lot here. So we have the Tyrannomimus. Whoa! Click your right stick in and it does like a jump and slash thing. That's cool. Right trigger does a multi-slash. Left trigger does a bite. Okay, doesn't have anything in its inventory. Oh! It can jump. If you push A, it can actually jump. I wasn't expecting that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, it can jump. Right bumper, again, does a nice cosmetic roar. Okay, so next we have the Gargoylosaurus. This guy is cool. It's really fast, Anki type thing. So it's got a tail whip, kind of like the Bronto. It's got a bite. Right stick does like a roar thing. Okay. Now I don't know. Can this harvest? Like, I don't even know if there's. I guess there's a stone here. Let's see. Can we harvest a stone? Okay, it doesn't seem like it can harvest stone. Okay, so this is not a stone harvester. It's just a really cool dino. Okay, cool beans, cool beans. Let's get back over here. I like how this one runs. This one's fun. Okay, then we have the Tarchia. So this one here is a lot more like an Anki. So you've got your like headbutt attack. Okay, let's get over here. Okay, left trigger is going to give you a tail whip, which does break stone. If you click your right stick in, you've got a cosmetic roar. I love the cosmetic roars. I really do, especially for making thumbnails. Active mode enabled. Bastion mode enabled. Right bumper is changing. It's changing stuff. Oh, it stops us from. Oh, this is like a more directed mode, dude. So you can literally like just. Okay, hold on. So instead of it like flinging forward like that, if you go into Bastion mode, I don't know what it's called, active mode, you can literally just direct where you're going. Dude, that's cool. Okay, you know what? That's pretty cool. Anyways, let's not mess around too much with this. Now this one here doesn't have anything in its inventory. Okay, we're just gonna leave you here. Oh boy, yeah, this is taking a while. This is gonna take a while. Okay, let's do this. We got the Dino Chirius. This one's really cool. So this one's a great big behemoth dude. So you've got your swipe attack with your right trigger, left trigger. Whoa! Left trigger is like a ragey mode thing. Oh, and we got a buff from that. What was our buff? Uppercut CD. Brutal uppercut is on cooldown. Oh, it's an uppercut. What? Dude, this thing's got an uppercut. Okay. Right stick. If you click right stick in, it does like a just grab smack thing. Okay. Seems to be about it. A doesn't do anything. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Next we have the Edmontosaurus. Okay. So this one here, we're gonna get you out here. Let's see what you can do. You've got a bite. We've got a ground slam. And right bumper doesn't do anything. A doesn't do anything. Okay. This one doesn't seem to have anything super crazy or special. Oh, there we go. Clicking the right stick in does a kick behind you. Almost like a cat coming out of the litter box. I'm done. Okay, anyways. So next we have the Apatosaurus. This one's really cool. So, very large dino here. Now, this one has its head, like, swipe thing. Left trigger is going to do a slam on the ground. Click the right stick in, and it's a... Oh, we're tail whipping. Okay, I was gonna say, what are we doing? Click the right bumper in, it does a cosmetic roar. Okay, nothing fancy or cool inside the inventory of that one. Okay, next we've got this one here. This is the Diablo Ceratops. Very cool. This one is pretty wild. So, inside the inventory of this one, you'll notice nothing cool in this one either, apparently. Got right trigger, which does your regular horn attack. Left trigger is like a slam on the ground. I like that the smaller ones can still do kind of slam things. If we push A, does nothing. Right bumper, also nothing. Okay, so you're not doing anything too crazy or fancy. Now, this one though does give you, let's see, Hold on. Is it? Oh, it's me. My buffs. Where is it? Right here. Wreathed in Fire, fire immunity, and increased insulation. Now, I feel like this one is supposed to be doing something. Hold on, let me take the saddle off. Maybe not? Oh, no, it's okay, I know what it is. It's another one. So yeah, this one's gonna give you some fire immunity. Let's get over into this one here, the Cedarosaurus. The Cedarosaurus. So this one is basically like a very small brachii. It's slow like a brachii. Right stick, you can do a like slam on the ground and kick forward too by the looks of it. Right trigger is a head slam, kind of like a giraffe. If you click your left stick in, it is kicking forward. Okay, so yeah, this one's got some interesting stuff going on. Okay, good harvester. All right, well, let's get going with some of these other ones. Oh, hold on, I gotta fix my time here because it's gonna be nighttime here soon if I don't change this. There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay, so we'll get to the aquatics here next, I guess. So now we have our aquatics and semi-aquatics. So first, let's get way down in here. We've got this guy here called the Brachinius. This one is kind of like a small, I don't even know, mosasaur, plesiosaur. It's fairly quick. Right trigger is going to give you a regular attack. Left trigger is like a dash forward attack, so just kind of be careful with that one. Also uses up your stamina. If we click the right stick in, it's like an underwater roar, because you know what? I haven't had an underwater roar, but it feels pretty good. Underwater roar. If you click A, it doesn't do anything. So basically, it's just a nice fast underwater mount here. It's not going to give you anything too crazy or fancy. I left the names on too, just so we could see what they were. Next, we have the... This is where I started noticing all the different variations. So we have the aberrant Kaikaphilu, and the regular Kaikaphilu. So we're just going to look at the one for now. But this is going to add in like a little fish shark thing. Right bumper is like an underwater roar. Again, really cool. Love that they have underwater roars. If we click A doesn't seem to do too much. Right trigger is a regular bite attack. Left trigger, though, is a dash forward and go really hardcore crazy and do massive damage to fish. Let's see here. Click the right stick in. Yeah, we got a roar. Good. I don't know what the purpose of the roars are underwater, but it's cool. So that's basically it for those guys. Next we have these guys here, which is a nurse shark and horned nurse shark, or I guess horned nurse shark and ex-horned nurse shark. So these guys, again, very, very similar to just the last one here. They don't do a whole lot of crazy stuff, just got some bites with the right trigger. Left, I can't see. Let's get out of that. There we go. Left trigger is like a multi-bite type thing. A just makes you go up. Right bumper doesn't do anything. So these guys here aren't really, they're kind of like an algae eater. Just a fancy looking algae eater. Okie dokie, let's move on. Next we got the Suchomimus here. This one's really neat. So there's also the aberrant Suchomimus beside it too. So your Suchomimus, we're going to come over here. We're going to come into the water a little bit. So these guys are extremely cool. They do get the hydrated buff when you go into water. They can jump and swim really cool. Holy wowzers. Wasn't expecting that. They can run and jump really good out of water. So that's interesting. Okay, let's try some stuff. Hold on. Quit bouncing off everything. Okay, so we got right trigger, which is your bite. Left trigger, which is a multi-swipe. If we click our right stick in, we do like a shoulder bash. I'm stuck on a rock. There we go. Okay, and then when we're not going crazy fast speeds, let's see here. Can we do like the baryonyx Right bumper is a roar. Okay. So we still got our bite. And that. Okay, so we don't get the tail spin like the baryonyx, but that's okay. Again, it has to be different. So you do get some cool attacks, you get some fast speeds. Very, very nice. Let's get... You know what? You're going to just stay there. You're just going to stay there. Okay, next we've got the Velabana Ventrix, and then the X version here. I'm just gonna hop on this one. This one's cool. It's actually got some like gloves. It's got a muzzle for its mouth and stuff. It's really neat. So you've got your regular bite attack here. Your left trigger is a swipe. Right stick clicking in does nothing on the ground. Okay. Let's get into water. Maybe this one's gonna have something cool in the water. Getting hung up on everything here. Okay, so in the water. Still has its regular bite. Oh, that swipe attack underwater is really cool looking though. Okay, so no, it doesn't seem to have any use for the right stick. Okay, so there is a icon there for something, but I can't figure out what it's for. Like, it looks like a shooting icon, but there's nothing I can really figure out here. Okay, so yeah, equipping that just increases its bite strengths, claw attack power, and new attributes to the claw. So yeah, extremely cool mod. Like, this mod has a lot in it. Like, a lot. And I mean, I'm sure we could go even more into detail here. But anyways, this video has already been crazy long, and we have a lot to get through. So next we have the Uriops, which has a bite. It's got like a roar. In water, let's see. It's probably got some similar things. Whoa, that's fast in water. So in water, it's got a bite. Can still do that like roar thing. Okay, so nothing else too fancy. Dude, so this is what I was saying. Like, this mod had a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff in it. There's so many creatures to look through here. So I'm gonna try to get through these as quickly as possible because there's still a few to get through here. Now we have our flyers. So your flyers, it's gonna add in the Ogre Darner, the Giga Titan, and the Phosphado Draco. Very weird name. Anyways, these are cool. These are really cool. So basically, you got a flying dragonfly here. It's got some like swipe attacks. It's got some like little grabby thing attacks. Let's see. What do you got for your inventory? Nothing. Okay. So I don't know if it can pick things up or not. It possibly can. Hold on. Let's see. Feel like it could probably pick things up. Maybe. Maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. Oh! Left trigger! Left trigger's how you pick things up. Dude! Yeah, buddy! And then you can just viciously eat it if you want. So anyways, that's that guy. Very cool. Let's hop on this Giga Titan here quickly. So this one is basically a very large praying mantis. I love the animations on these. Like, these were very well done. Very, very well done. So you got your regular swipe attack with your claws. Left trigger doesn't do anything in the air. Right stick doesn't do anything in the air. Okay, let's land. On the ground, left trigger does a multi-grab thing with its little pinchers. Right stick, what the hell was that? What the heck? Okay, right stick, oh my god. Bug armor, wings down, damage halved. Oh, cool. That's cool. When you push your right stick in, I don't know what you're doing, but you're going backwards doing some stuff. Maybe it's an escape thing. But anyways, that is really fun. Excuse me. Okay, so next we have the Phosphado Draco thing. Inside of its inventory, doesn't seem like it has anything. Okay, so we've got a regular bite attack with your right trigger. Left trigger is a moan attack. I don't know what it's doing. Click your right stick in. Not enough salt to... Not enough what? Not enough salt to snort? Are you... What? Huh? What? What kind of creature is this? Okay. Anyway, we're just gonna move on. You can get salt later, but anywho, we have the Yangungosaurus. This one here is a very neat one. This one can do stuff. So inside of its inventory, it is actually going to slowly produce spark powder. Naturally create spark powder in its own inventory. When it cannot gain access to sulfur in the wild, take advantage of this. Now, I don't know if you have to put stuff in here. Kind of looks like you might have to. But you can build gunpowder in this thing, preserving salt, spark powder conversion, and candle wax. So, this guy, really cool. And let's see. We got our... Oh, it's hard to look at this guy. Okay, regular bite. Left trigger is like a bite head slam. Clicking the right stick in is a tail swipe. And right bumper does not appear to do anything. Okay. Boy, oh my god, this is probably my longest video. It happens though sometimes when there's a lot of things to go through. Next we have the Scorpionator. Inside of this thing's inventory, it can create digested cementing paste from chitin or keratin. So that's a pretty neat advantage. So right trigger is your bite attack. Left trigger is a tail swipe behind you. That's kind of cool. If you click your right stick in, it does a cool cosmetic roar. That's cool. I like those. And right bumper does nothing. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. We're getting there. We're getting there. So next we have the Juanosaurus. I'm sorry about the names. I really am. So inside this guy doesn't create anything. Right trigger, we have our regular bite. Left trigger, we've got a swipe attack. Clicking the right stick in. Oh, dude, I love those. Like right stick has a backwards kick. Right bumper is a cosmetic roar. Okay, so next we've got the aberrant Phaseolasuchus ioricatus. I don't even know. A variation of the Phaseolasuchus, which is really cool. I like this one. So this one here inside of its inventory doesn't do anything. Right trigger is a bite attack. Left trigger, you've got like a slam and bite attack. If you click your right stick in, you've got like a stomp attack. Right bumper doesn't appear to do anything. And A is not doing anything. Okay. So, next we have the Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus. This one's really neat looking. So, just going to get you out of the way there a little bit. There we go. Let's get over here. It's kind of slow, too. So, right trigger is a bite. Left trigger is a multi-bite. We click the right stick in. I think that was a backwards kick. I didn't get to see in time. And it's got a cooldown. Come on. Okay, right bumper is a cosmetic roar. Okay. Cool. So, I don't think this one had anything in its inventory. No. Okay. Oh, we're getting there. Only a couple left, guys. So, next we have the Aerosteon. Doesn't do anything inside of its inventory. Right trigger is a really wild bite attack. Left trigger, multi-swipe. We click the right stick in. Oh, that's a cool roar. Probably gonna use that for a thumbnail. And then right bumper, not enough bloodshed. Okay, so that's gonna do something else once you have damaged enough stuff. Holy, there is a lot going on today. Okay, next we have the Albertosaurus. This one I can pronounce because it's a place in Canada. So inside the Albertosaurus, what? That's cool. Anyways, I'm a big Jurassic Park fan. So inside this one, you can thin skin, passive ability. The skin of the Albertosaurus becomes thinner, thus less effort needed to move. However, the loss of mass decreases strength for carry weight and resistance. Okay, so this has some cool abilities. Dense muscles, shoulder bash, swift swim. Unlocks a Change to Albertosaurus roar. Yeah, Jurassic Park roar. That's cool. Crushing bite and thick skin. So the more you actually hunt with these, you're actually going to build up points that you can put into stuff in here. This one's really neat. So you're going to get your regular bite attack. Left trigger is going to do... Oh, roar. That's awesome. Right stick doesn't do anything. A doesn't do anything. Right bumper. Yeah, we got to get our... Oh, there we go. Hunt point gain enabled. So you can turn that on and off with your right bumper. Okay. Only a couple left. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. Whew. So, next we have the Deltadromeus. Deltadromeus. This one is really, like, skinny and linky and just... It looks like it's going to be fast as all hell. So, we have right trigger does a bite. Left trigger does a kind of cool roar. If we click the right stick in... Oh! It's like a forward fast stomp. And then A, whoa! Okay, so A is a pretty big jump if you actually hold it. Oh, that's okay. That's cool. So let's see, what do we got inside here? Looks like it can actually harvest stone. That's weird. Okay, last we have the Inostron Sevia. This one's a neat one too. Again, I like the models on a lot of these. So this one here. Killing anything above 550 drag weight grants 1.5 XP for 5 minutes to self and allies. Okay. Survivor mindset. So these are some buffs that this thing can get too. Dude. Okay, so clicking the right bumper in does a roar on this guy. We click the right stick in, it's a... Do the headbutt? Right trigger is a bite. Left trigger is a swipe. Okay. And then if we... I don't know how to get the points for that. Like, how do you get these? Generic artifact. Generic artifact. Okay, maybe you got to put an artifact in here to get those. I'm honestly not sure about these ones. This one I didn't really get a lot of info on, but... Anywho, we're going to wrap this up because this has been a very, very, very long episode. Hopefully you guys didn't mind, but there was, like I said, there was a lot to go through today, and I mean a lot. So, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that sub button, tell a friend, share it around, all that cool stuff. Most importantly, hopefully you're all being kind to one another, being kind to yourselves, and I will see each one of you guys here real soon.